The Greco checkmate is named after Greco from Italy. Now, he was a famous chess player that lived in the 1600s, and he was described by Mikhail Botvinnik as the world's first chess professional. Basically, he wrote manuscripts for his patrons, he made a lot of money playing chess, he lost a lot of money, he traveled Europe, just like nowadays. Now, he was also famous because he was the very first person to write his games completely. Now, historians are actually not sure whether he fabricated these games because he never played any named opponents. They were simply that famous person, NN, anonymous. The Greco's checkmate is named after this spectacular game. It continued e4. Greco is playing white. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, c3, d6, d4, e takes d4, c takes d4, bishop b4 check, knight c3, knight f6. So far, so good. This variation has been seen many times, even nowadays. Castles, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, and this is where things get greedy. Black played knight takes e4, rook e8, d5, and of course it is the time of the romantics, so are we surprised by the next move? Of course not. Rook takes knight, pawn takes rook, knight to g5, castles, queen h5, threatening checkmate on h7 and also hitting at the weak f7 point. Black played h6. Now, in this position, white has a choice. In the game, Greco chose the correct choice of playing knight takes f7. But the checkmate, which he is famous for, the Greco checkmate, that occurs in the sideline. Bishop takes f7 check. Now, this move isn't as good as knight takes f7 because of rook takes bishop. But if the king should move to h8, we can see the Greco in action. Queen will go to g6, threatening checkmate on h7. Pawn takes knight, and here we have it. This is the criteria for the Greco checkmate. First of all, the king should be on the edge of the board. It's flight squared, controlled by a bishop, this bishop on f7. Now, the person who delivers mate could be a queen or a rook, it doesn't matter, but the queen will come to h5, and here we have the pure Greco. Now, going back to the original game, because it is spectacular, we saw that bishop takes f7 sadly didn't quite work because of rook takes bishop. But Greco played knight takes pawn on f7. And now this is where things get a little bit strange. His opponent played queen f6, which allows double check, knight takes h6. King goes to h8, knight f7, double check, again, king g8, and queen h8. Chess in the 1600s.